Hello, Marco and Jenna, and welcome to your Rivera Revitalization renovation.
Marco, you make $95,000 a year, and Jenna, you make $50,000, which means in total $145,000 a year, or post-tax $9,000 per month.
So then, as you can see in your current budget, you are currently running a deficit of about $660 every month.
Today, our 4 goals are to create a monthly balanced budget, eliminate all debts, build a retirement plan, and save for a camper.
When looking at your finances, we saw 2 main issues coming up in the short term. Thus, we decided to split up the budget in a short-term and long-term budget. The 2 payments that are coming up is, Jenna, you drove 6,000 miles extra on your lease car, which means that there is an extra mileage fee on it. Assuming that it is 20 cents per mile, that is going to be roughly $1,400. Additionally, you also have outstanding taxes to pay from last year, which is $1,500. To combat the extra mileage fee, we suggest putting around $200 in a savings account, and then in the 2 months when it's due, you have $400 right there, and then you can use your checking and savings account to pay the additional $1,000 left over. After that, you can use the next 4 months to rebuild the checking and savings account. The reason we broke it up into 6 months is because after 6 months, Nico will not be in daycare, and the $650 can be used towards debt, retirement, and saving for the camper.
Okay, so as Ashni just mentioned, one of the payments that we have to make is the additional income tax that you guys owe. We recommend that you pay this over the course of 6 months through direct debit, and you apply online to minimize those application costs. So as I said, this will take place over 6 months, breaking it down into pretty manageable monthly payments. So then for Marco, your student loans, there are a few options that you said that you found out about. One is the standard, where you will pay a set price every month. There is the graduated, which will increase every month, or every 2 years, my bad. There's the saves program, which is 10% of your discretionary income. And then there's the one that we chose, which is the income contingent repayment plan, which is the lesser of either 20% of your discretionary income. So that's your income minus big expenses like housing and other necessities. Or it is, if it is less, it would be there.
So for your home and mortgage, great selection of a home, nice interest rates, great location in Royal Oak, Michigan, and a spare bedroom. You guys are happy and we're happy. So, but you did say that it's kind of old and it's kind of crumbling, so we recommend saving $625 a month, which will be a doubling of the 1% rule. This way you can improve those areas that do deteriorate over time and hopefully even improve the value of your home.
Okay, so then you described that you have the private mortgage insurance and you weren't quite sure what this is. Because your parents financed you with less than 20% down, there's this additional $125 payment that you have to make to protect the mortgage lender. Fortunately, in March of 2025, you will have hit this 20% down, so your mortgage, 20% of your mortgage will be paid off, which means that you can call the bank and remove this payment, freeing up $125 every month.
So another issue that we see is that you have a lot of credit card debt. In total, after all 4 of your cards, you have $15,000 in debt, with extremely high interest rates such as 30% on the Target Red Card. We recommend taking a personal loan against these credit card debts in the total of $15,000, and this way you can pay these debts off within 2 years with monthly payments of $690 with a much lower interest rate of 7% compared to the average of 23%.
Okay, so Marco, there's not a lot that we can do in terms of your car, but one recommendation that we do have is that you refinance when the rates drop, likely soon in the future. And for any future car that you purchase, look for maybe a more affordable option as opposed to this $50,000 car. So then Jenna, for your car, we suggest that first you extend the lease for 4 months to get you a car through that time. And then for your next car, purchase a new fuel-efficient family car for around $20,000. We recommend that you go new over used because in Michigan currently the loan rate is lower for a new car than that of a used car. So you will be able to save on your monthly payments. And additionally, buying a car with like a 35 MPG as opposed to the truck will decrease fuel costs, and buying instead of leasing will lower your fees for going over on miles.
Now looking at insurance, first we noticed for your home insurance, you guys are using Allstate. We recommend you switch to Liberty Mutual. That way you can bundle with your auto insurance that you already have, and that way you can save money. And we also recommend that you install a security system and smoke detectors, because insurance companies will reward you for that, and you'll have lower monthly premiums. Like I mentioned with auto insurance, we recommend the bundling of the home and auto. And then also Liberty Mutual offers a ton of discounts, including paying online, using paperless payments, automatic payments, and many more. That on top of taking defensive driving courses, they'll reward you and you'll have lower monthly premiums that you'll have to pay. Additionally, we recommend that Jenna, you increase the bodily injury liability protection because currently it's only $15,000, and we think if any accident were to occur, that wouldn't be enough money in case of any payments that are needed. So if you increase it to $100,000, your monthly premium will go up a little bit, but you'll have much better protection. And then finally, if you increase your comprehensive and collision deductibles to $500, you'll result in lower monthly payments. Now looking at health insurance, the current plan we thought was very reasonable. It was a good price, so we recommend you keep the same health insurance. But we also recommend that you look into the health savings account that you mentioned, Marco. And we wanted to note that the money does roll over after every year. So the IRS allows you to put in $3,800 every year. So we recommend that you max that out because it's pre-tax money, it grows tax-free, and when you withdraw, it's also tax-free. So this is a great way that you can actually invest that money and it will grow over time, which will help you pay less taxes and also have better protection in case of any injuries. And then finally, we're wrapping up the insurance section. Life insurance, we recommend, Marco, that you switch to a term life insurance for 20 years because whole life insurance is much more expensive and it doesn't provide as much money in case of an unfortunate death. So we recommend you get a $750,000 plan, which will come out to about $25 a month based on your current age, income, gender, and this will have much better protection and in case something happens, you'll have much more money. And we also recommend for Jenna, you purchase a $500,000 one because although you make less than Marco, it's still a sizable amount, and the family will feel impacted if you were to unfortunately pass away. And this will only cost $19 a month, and combined, those are both still $50 less than the whole life insurance that you guys had before.
So another thing that you guys have is the Target Red Card and Amazon Prime Visa, which we recommend removing those two and getting much more versatile cards that offer more rewards. So two cards that I recommend is the City Premier Card and the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards credit card. Both of these have a lot of points for restaurants, which you guys love going out to, and there's also a lot on grocery shopping, gas, and stuff like that. So this way you can earn a lot back in rewards by spending the amount that we have in the budget. But that is one point I would like to make. Just because they have rewards does not mean that you should overspend. Just keep to the budget and the rewards will come to you.
Okay, so now vacations. You guys discussed that you wanted to buy a motorhome. Unfortunately, we're not able to find in the budget enough to buy a motorhome, but we were able to fit in a very nice 5-night vacation and a rented one.
Another thing that I noticed in your finances is that you're spending $200 on internet and cell coverage. So I found a much cheaper alternative than Verizon. So you spend $50 on internet and $15 per line with Spectrum. That way you're spending $80 rather than $200, and it saves costs.
So for retirement, Marco, you're currently spending $50 a month, which is matched by your employer, and Jenny, you're spending $4,000 a year, which is 8% of your income so far. We recommend that, Jenny, you stay the same amount, and Marco, you up that to $4,000 a year in order to fully take account of that matching, which means although you're only spending $666 a month, you're actually getting $1,000 in your account. So now if you see here, if you save $1,000 a month and retire at the age of 67, which is what we recommend, and you switch out of the U.S. Fidelity Bond Index, Marco, which you're currently in, towards the S&P 500, because it has much better performance consistently over 100 years, then you can live well into your 90s and even 100s with plenty of money to give to your kids or to even spend a little more in retirement. However, if you did want to retire early, the earliest we really recommend is about 65. This way, you can still live into your 90s, hopefully if you are healthy long enough. And if not, then you can still give some money to your kids. But you only get your Social Security until you're 67.
Some lifestyle changes that we recommend you making is that switching your gym membership to Planet Fitness. That way it's $20 compared to the $60 you're spending earlier. Also, we need to minimize your dining, unfortunately, from 12 times a month to 2 times a month. And also, Luna cannot take private gymnastic training lessons. We have a lot of savings put into the budget. One of them is putting in a 3-month emergency fund, which is recommended, which is roughly $30,000, so we're putting in $600 a month. Saving for Jenna's car, which is going to be $200 every month. We also recommending saving for the kids' college. I know, Marco, that's on your mind, but Jenna, this is something really important, and so we recommend putting in $600 for both the kids in either a UNEST or a 529 account. We also saw that you guys didn't want to increase your budget during the holidays, and gift giving is one of those things. So we put in $75 every month so it can roll over, so during the holidays that's not an issue. Any unexpected payments can be taken out of the checking account, or if absolutely needed, out of the monthly debt payments, but never below the minimum.
So as you can see, the current budget, you're losing $660 per month, and with the short term and the long term, they're both balanced, and in the short term, we're focusing on the immediate needs, and in the long term, we're spreading that money out to help you guys build a better future.
And to recap, we balanced your budget, reduced expenses, we're going to pay off your debt in 10 years, hopefully retire at 67, maybe a few years earlier, and save to rent a camper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice, you guys. Thank you. Good stuff. Very nice visuals too.
Thank you.
It's nice to see the big words and the numbers and all that stuff. So, yeah, good stuff. So yeah, if you guys jump in if you've got a question or comment.
One quick question. You mentioned a personal loan. Where would we be obtaining that loan from?
So you can obtain it from your bank since you guys have a relatively good credit score. Marco, I believe yours is 730 and Jenna's yours is 710. So with that, you should be able to obtain a relatively good interest rate, which the average is 7%. I don't expect it going much higher. So getting that personal loan from your bank would really help eliminating your debts.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for talking about my tax liability and the mileage overage on the lease right away. Thank you for hitting that first.
You did suggest that my current 401k, which I really didn't understand when I signed up. I'm in a bond fund right now, and I believe you guys are recommending to go into what?
The S&P 500.
Why is that? I don't know anything about the stock market. Why do I need to change?
So the U.S. Fidelity Bond Index Fund is just buying U.S. bonds, and since its entire history, it has gone negative. Actually, it's losing you money when you're investing. So we switched to the S&P 500. It's the top 500 companies in America.
Okay.
It's performed great, an average of 9.82% over the last 100 years. We know it's trustworthy. We know it's consistent, and just going to earn you more money.
Got it. Okay. And for somebody my age, it makes sense. 35.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Still more than 30 years to retirement.
Okay.
So the ups and downs aren't going to matter too much in the long run.
Okay. Thanks for your bringing me off the ledge.
Of course.
So okay. No, I'm good on
Okay,
this one.
thanks guys.
So
Thank you.
yeah,
Good job.
outstanding guys. Great
Thank
job.
you.
We will see you downstairs.